Our country's an embarrassment in the world.
I am your president of law and order.
People want to hold their position. People want the status quo. People don't want to give that up.
Police now advancing on protesters. Oh my gosh,
I'm more worried about and more confused by the people around our president.
Then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them.
You wonder about if you live where you thought you lived.
San Antonio Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich has long called how this presidency was unlike any other and how Donald Trump, the failing businessman, would never be able to rise to the moment. Countless times, he has been an outspoken advocate for equality and a leading voice of dissent in sports.
It might be too cynical, or maybe I'm just realistic, but it sort of felt like a lot of politicians acquiesced to Juneteenth and then basically either blatantly or between the lines said, now shut up. You got that, be happy. What else do you want? Justice? Equality?
Here is San Antonio Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich simply telling it like it is, as he is accustomed to doing.
A recognition that we have a systemic system that keeps black and brown people in the background and underneath and less than. It was that kind of an attitude, like that really is depressing and angering both at the same time.
After criticizing phony politicians, he lays into them further.
You still see it today with the voting rights. We have two senators that seem to not be able to understand the gravity of this situation. And it's for political reasons. And they must think that we're stupid, or they just don't care, or both.
It's that and more, Pop. He is right, however, that the political reasons are there. Joe Manchin of West Virginia was pressured by a former Mitch McConnell aide who runs the One Nation PAC to uphold the filibuster and stagnate voting rights.
We're working with these state legislators to make sure they have all of the information they need to draft the bills. In some cases, we actually draft them for them, or we have a sentinel on our behalf give them the model legislation, so it has that grassroots.
Jessica Anderson, a former Trump aide, now runs dark money group Heritage Action for America.
This leaked video reveals how Heritage is leading a massive right-wing campaign to suppress voting rights in key battleground states like Georgia, Arizona, Florida, and Iowa. Just this year. The Heritage Foundation is one of the best funded think tanks in Republican circles. They write the policy, and their sister organization, the dark money group Heritage Action, makes it happen. Ari
Berman wrote for Mother Jones. The group organized a rally in West Virginia to urge centrist Democrat Senator Joe Manchin to oppose the bill and stand up for West Virginia values, according to an invitation obtained by Documented, even as it bussed in conservative activists from states hundreds of miles away. For Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, opposing changes to the filibuster, standing in the way of passing legislation, shrinking President Joe Biden's climate plan, well, it's paid off. Mother Jones reported in October of 2021, Sinema's FEC report showed she raised $1.1 million. The list included massive names that bankrolled Republican politicians, including this guy, Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the National Football League's Cleveland Browns. In January, CNBC reported Sinema netted over $1.5 million from many Trump donors in the 2016 election. Speaking of Trump supporters, Fox Corporation also gave big to Manchin. The Fox Corp PAC, which is funded in part by conservative media mogul Rupert Murdoch, gave $1,500 to Manchin's 2024 re-election campaign in June, according to a disclosure to the FEC.